Yes, people, what is going on? We are here yet again. Yes, it's a Friday. Happy Friday to everybody right now. And yes, it is 7 p.m. or 7:04, depending what time, how early or late that we are. But listen, people, McLaren Fan TV, we're here for another week. Yes, we normally would do Tuesday nights, but Tuesday night, I was at the Emirates. It was Arsenal. It was Porto. It was a bit of a mad one. Anyway, I'm obviously joined with my co-host, Mahad. What's going on, Mahad? What are you saying?
I'm all good, people. I'm here. Still digesting Saudi and then looking forward to Australia. So there's a lot to talk about. I think there's a lot of things that came out of that weekend and a lot of conversations that Stella and the rest of the team have had over the period since the Saudi GP that we need to actually break down, guys. Honestly,
yeah. Let's talk briefly then on Saudi there. What are some of the sort of the talking points? What are some of the highlights that you would say that you learn about from the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix? What have you learned about McLaren in that time?
I've learned that we're very heavily dependent on using our downforce to get around the track quickly, because I feel like, yeah, they brought a new rear wing, but they still decided to do medium to low downforce rather than low downforce fully, like a low downforce wing. And you can see the DRS doesn't work, man. Like we saw it with Oscar. The straight line speed is disgusting. I don't even know, To be fair, I feel like our straight line speed is okay when there's no DRS enabled. When there's no DRS enabled, we're okay. When that DRS opens, nothing happens.
No, I noticed that, which was a bit odd. It was actually a bit of a weird one. Let us know in the comment section what have you guys learned whilst we chop this up. But yeah, no, I noticed that though.
But imagine the car is so good in high speed corners that they decided to go with that setup, and it still got us around the track and got us a P4.
Was that not the
That's how good that track is. That's how good this car is at that element. We decided we're not going to have any straight line speed, and we still got around the track and still got double points. But that DRS stinks, and that's what I was talking about last year about overtaking people. The DRS didn't work. Amount of times that we were stuck behind Yuki Tsunoda.
Yeah,
we could have overtaken. We clearly had a faster car, but the DRS don't work.
But also,
that's a problem in my eyes.
When did the Saudi Arabian track become so narrow? Why don't I remember it being like this narrow? Like, obviously it's the same track, but as in
it was more narrow.
As you said, like, it didn't matter how fast we were. Overtaking was such a problem. Why?
I feel like obviously we learned a lot about the car on that weekend, because there's two elements to it. Yeah, we're not good entering slow speed corners. Yeah, and we're not good at straight line speed when DRS is on in DRS zones. So if it's a main straight, we ain't making that overtake if DRS is involved, especially when another car is faster than a straight line.
The
worst thing is about the last corner. You see the last corner 27,
the worst corner,
famous
as they call it,
Max Verstappen crash corner.
Yeah,
we have to focus the car and try to balance it and kind of brake earlier to get in there. That compromises the exit, and then that compromises your straight line speed.
Straight line speed.
So it's twofold. You're crap at the entering the corner because it's slow speed. Then you can't get to the top speed, and then the DRS don't work. It's like it's a combination that exposed the weaknesses of the car just on that 27 to turn 1. You could see the problems with the car, but then you see sector 1, and the car is a rocket ship. The car is on the same par as Red Bull.
That's the craziest thing there. It's mad. I mean, what we got in that race, was it the best that we could have gotten, i.e. a P4 for Oscar Piastri?
I think we could have got P4, P5, but the one thing is about saying we could have got P4, P5. I don't know if Lando Norris does a pit stop. I don't know if the pit stop is going to be slow. It's a double stack. I don't know if the pit stop is going to be slow. I don't know if they have to hold him. There's traffic in the pit lane because there's a million cars in there. I don't know where he comes out. Me personally, I think he comes out maybe between Alonso and Russell. So maybe we're looking at P4, P6. But saying that, we could have ended up where he was at the moment. I think we definitely finished in front of Behrman with Lando. But I'm thinking we only lost a couple of points. I feel like Oscar was the maximum. P4 was the maximum. Whether it would be Lando or Oscar, we're going to get P4. We weren't going to catch Lando. We weren't catching Leclerc. Because that Ferrari is an overall better car. Because that Ferrari is good in Sector 1. It's not faster than McLaren. It's good in Sector 1 and it's good everywhere else. So it's better.
Yeah, no, I think it definitely dawned on me. See, the thing is, my prediction is still there in terms of what I learned. My prediction for P2 is still there because it's a long season, it's a marathon, and I know that looking at these first couple of races, you think, "Oh, is this where McLaren is, or is this where Ferrari is, or where's Mercedes really?" It's still too early to alter the prediction for me, and so with that, I'm very much sort of like, you know what. I think if McLaren stay the course, especially if they stay in touching distance, which they are after 2 races, right? I mean, to not be in touching distance would be crazy unless you're Red Bull. But to stay in touching distance as we currently, I think we're about, I don't even know whether it's 10 points off. I can't remember now. Is it 10 points? I'm not sure.
Let me get
or 20 points. It might be 20 points. But, just off Ferrari, I feel like if we could stay ahead of the Mercs, I'll tell you what, staying ahead of the Mercedes would be absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. You guys, thank you for joining us. Make sure you always
hello everybody
in the comments.
Friday night session.
It's a Friday night session. This is how we enter the weekend, people. So let's get your comments in the comment section here. TSJ Awesome says, Piastri tire management, here we come. Oh, that's not nice. There isn't really degradation in Jeddah, says Drea, big up yourself. There wasn't much tire management going on, but I'm sure it's better. We'll see in Suzuka, I guess, maybe because it's not the same time this year. Yeah, you got to bear that. I don't think Oscar Piastri's tire management should be brought into question with these races that we've had so far. You can't really.
He's been on pace.
He's been good though,
but he's not been tested yet on a high deck track.
That's what
he has technically with Bahrain, and he did keep pace with Norris. But I'd rather be in a positive mindset with Oscar and say, he solved it. I'd rather be that and then prove him wrong than doubting him, because I'd rather not doubt him.
I mean, listen, Oscar got a strong finish in Saudi, and he's P5.
He's good around that track, guys. Remember, we did this predictions last stream. We said, look, Oscar's gonna do his thing around there, and he did it.
And he did. Customer teams can't beat factory teams, they said. Shout out to the Oracle, big up Alex. Hey, I tell you what, Mercedes, can you smell that? Huh? Can you smell that? Hey,
I think I tweeted this earlier. I think that's a huge scalp. If we anyhow beat Mercedes, that's a huge scalp.
Yeah.
Obviously, me personally, I'd prefer to win the whole thing. But that's not really going to happen. And I would love, you know me, I love dunking off Ferrari. I need that.
Who doesn't?
But at this moment in time, Ferrari's got a better car. If the upgrades that come, we'll have more information about that. We'll talk about that later. When the upgrades do come and they put us on par with Ferrari or a little bit ahead, then I'm going for Ferrari. But right now, Merc look all over the place, and we need to take advantage of that.
Yeah, Merc, we got to take advantage of that right now. McLaren need their own PU, power unit. If they ever want to compete, they said, well, that still could be true. But hey, listen, right now, we're going to take what we take. Who Wants to Groove gives us a nice little wave. What's going on? Hope you're good. Henry, we got your comment. He says, what even is straight line speed?
If we don't get this sorted out, on my life, I'm not watching Monza. On my life, I'm not. There will be no Monza stream games. We're not talking about Monza.
Yeah.
We will not be here. That's our annual leave. We're not streaming.
Yeah. What we learned is that the cars are monster in high speed. Now, let's have it right, yeah? Them high-speed corners, bro, did you see?
I was watching the race, and I was watching Hamilton's onboard. I said, where's Norris gone? I said, no way.
That was the one. When it was on Hamilton's on board, and you saw Norris just leave, because Norris was looking vulnerable for most of that lap, right? And then all of a sudden, we hit that zone. Is it sector 1?
Sector 1,
he hits that zone where it's like it's one after the other.
Left, right.
gone. He was gone. And I was like, oh my God, you know what? Fair enough, blood. Like, Mercedes.
And it's exaggerated because Mercedes is horrific in high speed corners.
Yeah.
He's exaggerated even more.
That's the other point.
That's not. I think Norris was on pace with Perez in those corners.
Oh, so, beautiful scenes. Beautiful scenes.
What I'm saying is we've come out unscathed of these two races, which are kind of weak, not the best. And then I feel like the car's strengths are going to be emphasized even more when we go to places like Suzuka and other tracks which have high speed, medium speed corners. It's going to be like, oh, we're a track dependent car.
Yeah.
But that's where we get our podiums. That's where we get the bulk of our points at this moment in time.
Yeah. No, it's good. I'm looking forward, man.
So that's why I'm kind of against people saying, oh, it's a bad car. Because where it's good, it's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's top of the class.
That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. Shout out to Adam, who says on high-speed cornering is ridiculous, especially from Mercedes. Norris flew off in Sector 1. Then we lose it all due to our downforce in Sector 2 and 3. It's frustrating. Adam agreeing with you as well there. You mentioned that earlier. 100% agree, says Henry. The DRS is just so inefficient. Lando even mentioned it. We were first when DRS wasn't a thing.
I think when it was the restart, like Max didn't catch him like immediately.
No, he didn't.
It's only when the DRS came out.
I'll tell you what, that was a good time, wasn't it? Let's say that was a good time when Lando led the race, after the safety car and held his own. Like he actually held his own. Do you know what I mean? It was good to see.
I'm not angry at the team for that strategy, by the way, because how many times last year have we seen cowardice strategy when man don't want to take a gamble?
Yeah.
So now that's a gamble, because if another safety comes out, Norris is eating.
Free pit. Yeah.
And Hamilton's eating. You have to gamble in those scenarios.
Yeah.
So even though it didn't pay off, that happens sometimes. But you can't always be right on strategy. But I'd rather aggressive strategy, because that's what you need to win titles. That's what you need to get those. We're in this thing right now. We're in this season to try and get a win, maybe two. You're only ever going to do that against a Red Bull RB19 and RB20 like that.
If you're
making gambles like that, we're not winning on pure picks, guys. Unless that race crazy.
You're our race strategist, right? What would you have done in that situation? Safety cars pulling out.
I would have split. You would have split. I would have done exactly what they did.
Yeah.
No, that's me personally. When they did it, I never questioned it. I never went, I just thought the split. Mercedes split. What's the Lando already had a terrible start. We'll speak about that start. You know what I'm saying? The fact they kept the position is insane, because he had a horrible start
and didn't get the penalty either. It was a stinker.
But we won't speak on that. But Lando, if you are in the position of they should have boxed Lando should have out-qualified Piastri or got ahead of him in the beginning of the race, because they would have picked the first car. That's the strategy. Then Oscar would have gone out, stayed out.
I mean, look, so Alex is saying, when are we going to fix this strategy nonsense? Ryan, big up to Ryan P, saying, our fight is with Mercedes. We did well covering Merck's strategy, and I think that was McLaren's goal. Let's keep P3 from now. Obviously, there's differing opinions here. I understand. Real shame the strategy game didn't.
It's a gamble at the end of the game. What do you want? Not them to not gamble. We're in this thing to get podiums. We're not getting a podium on pure pace in that race at all.
I don't know. Yeah, I think you're on. I think you're on with something there. When it's early this season, though, you can literally
can do those type of things.
Go for it. Yeah, you go for it. Drea saying the cars had different setups according to Stella, and we learned a lot that. And what we learned more is about our weaknesses. Might be helping in the long haul, hopefully, because it's good to know what your weaknesses are now, isn't it?
And that was a perfect example. And you take that data away, both of them got different setups, because clearly, I think Norris had more downforce, because look how rapid he was in Sector 1 and look how slow he was on the straight lines compared to Oscar.
Yeah.
So definitely treat it like a testing session in that sense. These times that we're in between 8th and 3rd, when we're not on the podium, just test it out, see what's going on, see where the weaknesses are. there's a really good article, kind of breaking down the car.
Okay.
The MCL 38, and Stellus basically said, let me get this up. Stella basically said there's a deficit in low-speed cornering, and it's linked to aerodynamic setup affecting corner entry, which requires early braking. And then the technical challenges with the aerodynamics is that the aerodynamic load changes from high to low speed in the ride height. So the races where we have to ride a little bit higher.
Yeah,
we can't really capitalize off the car when the car's raised a little bit higher because of the track. But when it's good surface and you can kind of lower it to the ground, then the car performs a little bit better. Kind of like what Qatar will basically way down low. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, it's really just the aerodynamic efficiency and balance issue between kind of how do we find the balance between the shifts between high speed, low speed in a race. If a track is all high speed, like how Qatar is, we ain't got an issue because we know how to set up the car for that. But if it's got a mix of both, which most F1 tracks do, you're gonna have an issue. Like we're gonna have an issue in Australia, last corner. It's gonna be nasty. Turn one is gonna be nasty as well. So it's something that they have to kind of figure out aerodynamically. How do we sort these trade-offs like how Red Bull do, to the point where they can excel in both all types of corners.
Yeah.
Right now we're one trick pony. High speed, medium speed.
I feel like we've been that. It feels like it's been like that. Like whether the car has to be at the right
since Austria, I think.
Yeah, it's been a little bit like that. Henry's saying on pure pace, yes, we could have possibly got a podium if there'd been a second safety car. If they had to double stack, we could have got a P4, P5, or P4, P6. So people are having differing opinions there. I mean, everyone was gambling on a second safety car. Big up to Bonzo Can. He says,
I was praying someone crashed. That when everybody was behind Magnussen, I was like, Magnussen, please. Do something for me, man. I need you clarted in the wall right now. I need something.
What a drive by.
It didn't happen. And look, it's a high rate in Jeddah. If somebody goes a little bit wide, it is a safety car.
It's a safety car, yeah.
In worst case, red flag, and you get free tire change. It was worth the gamble. For the type of track it is.
So so people are having the differing opinions regarding the tire change and strategy rather, whether we should have gambled or whether we shouldn't have, and that's fair enough. Drea says without a safety car we would have been P4 and P5, maybe P6. I think double stacking wouldn't have been better, but all in all we weren't actually too bad for a track which exposes a lot of our weaknesses.
How can we hang with people that are set up for that track and have straight line speed? How are we hanging with them?
Yeah, how?
That's why I tweeted out during the race. We have a good car, guys. It's good. Inherently, it's a good car.
Yeah.
If you eliminate said weaknesses, which clearly is the aerodynamic issue, if it's sorted out, we have a good overall car.
Yeah. No, exactly. Bang on. We would do, yeah. Drea also goes on to say, I would be worried if we aren't fighting with Ferrari, at least at Suzuka. That track should suit us again.
I think Ferrari's good in high speed. I don't think they're better than us, but I think they're good.
But they are good, aren't they?
That would be a good test. I want to see what we're saying. I think, me personally, we're going to be very close to Red Bull in Suzuka, and then Ferrari going to be behind. Mercedes is going to be absolutely nowhere.
Hello. Question: What do you think? He didn't deserve the penalty?
It's technically in the rules. If the transponder didn't go off, then he didn't. And he didn't go in the box.
We're still in the box when the light went out.
But I'm old school. I look with my eyes.
Yeah, forget all the rest. But it was a stinker. It was a stinker, wasn't it?
That's a horrible start after last year. How good he was at starts.
Yeah.
That's a horrible start.
I mean, look, Lando himself was unhappy with his. It's gamble. It seemed worthy for a try. Sorry. We'll go back to
Lando. This is what I'm saying, guys. If Lando wasn't unhappy with the strategy, why are you unhappy with the strategy?
Yeah. I think as well,
Lando's been cooking these guys all last year. We don't take enough gambles. We're too prudent. And then the second they make a gamble, I'll be like, oh my God, why we gambling? Come on.
we should have been safe.
He needs the gamble. Of anybody, Lando needs the gamble because he needs to win a race, man.
He needs to win a race.
He needs his Gasly moment where it's just pure luck.
Yeah.
He needs an Ocon moment where half the grid gets taken up.
Exactly.
He needs that moment. Of all people that doesn't have luck, he don't have no luck when it comes to that kind of stuff.
No.
All them times he finished second, why didn't Verstappen's engine blow at once? Big man thing.
Once. Yeah, not once.
Come on, man.
Yeah. And the one time he wasn't doing too well, you know what I'm saying? There's a Carlos Sainz victory. Do we think, according to Who Wants to Groove's comment here, like, do we think there are other tracks that are going to be like this for us? You know, and are we going to be left wanting still? Because as they've said here, both of these tracks don't help us when each has a slow speed sector and a slow speed last corner. I mean,
so, you know, Suzuka's got a slow speed last corner, but that didn't hamper us last year.
Yeah,
we're stronger.
It is.
It hampered us against Red Bull because that's when they would leave us. When that last
corner. What they'll do with us. Hungary could be hilarious to watch.
Hungary, we finished P2. I still don't understand why.
I don't know how. There's something that we don't quite know.
I still don't understand that. Australia last corner, like I said, that's going to be nasty work.
Australia last corner is going to be hell on earth. I just
last two corners. You know that when you break in and you go left.
Yeah, to break in to go left to go right. Yeah, that break in to go left and to go long way around. Oh, it's going to be
especially after the high speed section before that.
Yeah, exactly. Thinking about some aggressive.
There are going to be some tracks like I feel like Spain. That's going to be a bang. We're going to cook.
Oh yeah, Barca. Are they keeping Barca? Because you know that there's a lot of talk now that Madrid's replacing it. I never heard
it is, but not now. It's happened.
Oh, okay. I don't know where I missed that. I just thought it was Barca were gonna. Sorry, Madrid has got their one, but that's it.
It was over the winter. It was over the winter.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Let's have a look. Upgrade Imola.
Okay, so where did I see this? I'm gonna actually drop the article in there, guys. In case you missed it. I'll put it in the chat for you lot. I'm gonna read that later. I think we're getting upgrades. 6th or 7th race. I think the headline just came out.
I saw a headline.
So 6th or 7th race is Imola or Miami. Am I getting that right, guys?
Yeah. I'd say so. Let's have a look. Because I got the thing here as well.
He keeps saying, Stella keeps saying the upgrades will be at the same gradient as last year.
That's what we need to listen to, isn't it? That's all we need to listen to. We got some minor ones he said as well, isn't it, for Australia and Japan?
We've got minor upgrades for Australia and Japan, but he said only a few milliseconds of time for those ones. But I'll take that.
It's not to say though that the characteristics of certain tracks won't suit us best. Do you know what I mean?
Everybody keeps on saying it's the tracks that has high speed, slow speed. I think it's the tracks that allow you to go lower on the ride height. The second we have to go higher on the ride height, we're finished.
Yeah,
that's why I thought we did quite well.
Considering
Bahrain, forget about it.
No,
Imola might be the one, man. You know, Imola's got some slow speed corners, but there's a lot of medium and high speed.
There's quite a bit here. I mean, what would you prefer? Imola, I prefer Imola. We cook in Imola anyway, but then we don't want to have it. We don't want to have another hellacious. We don't want another hellacious Miami, though, do we?
Why do we keep testing in Imola for a reason? Oscar was tested in Imola this week, and that's Lando's track right there.
Did you predict an Imola win?
I think he's going to win in Imola. Some people said he's going to win in Suzuka. I said Imola is the one.
At least
Suzuka, I need it to rain. Even though it's not raining season, I just need something to happen. I need to equalize a Red Bull somewhere.
I mean, you got China. We got a high speed in China, haven't we? Maybe not corners. Maybe not corners.
Wait. This is so. Yeah, I might have been cooking this year here. Yeah, he said a few milliseconds. Yeah, You know, Stella, he always undersells everything.
He undersells, yeah. He undersells. I mean, that's
why
the
would
thing.
He say it's only a few milliseconds?
I mean, milliseconds. It's almost like, well, so what is it worth the upgrade? But
why bring upgrade then?
But also, you got to be careful with it's the track, innit? You got to think about the characteristics of certain tracks. If the minor upgrade comes at Australia, maybe the track will suit us better. I don't know.
He said Australia and Suzuka.
And Suzuka. Is Miami a sprint weekend? It is.
Is it?
It is. Yeah.
You know me. I hate sprint weekend so much. I don't keep track of
it. It's a stinker because
that's how much I hate it.
Why would, of all places, to have a sprint? Like, sprints can be boring, but then to go and throw it in Miami.
No. The funniest one. Yeah, the race where we might cook. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's China. Because how could you do a sprint race in China? We ain't been there and it's so many
What, them man got the sprint too, haven't they?
Half these drivers ain't driven on this track. They don't know about China. This is going to be funny, man.
That's too funny. Yeah, so there's no practice, like basically no practice on a sprint weekend.
So one practice session in China. There's so much people that haven't driven in China.
Never driven.
And if it rains in China, like how it always rains in China, because from my memory, it rains in China.
Oh God. Yeah, China.
That might be the chaos. Usually every year there's a chaos race, like how Zandvoort was the chaos race.
Yeah.
China's the chaos race, guys.
Is it China? China's going to be a complete unknown, front limited circuit, longest first corner, maybe tough for us, maybe amazing. Who knows? You never know, man. You absolutely never know.
Any bowling pins on turn one?
Bowling pins on turn one. Reincarnation, big up yourself, says pre-ground effect, we were good at high speed. We were also good on straights. We are now competitive at Monza. We were competitive at Monza in 2020 and 21.
We were straight line speed merchants, man.
Good times,
to go to a slow speed. We're finished.
Ask us to enter a corner, boy. What?
Even medium high speed, we're not good. We're
guys
straight line speed merchants, but it seems like if you're a straight line speed merchant, you can win a race. Ask Ferrari last year.
Well, exactly. And look, Alex gives us the context. Let's bring this together. Guys, McLaren of all teams do not need to worry about upgrading at a sprint. Australia tells me all I need to know.
Austria. Remember when we brought an upgrade in Austria?
Austria, yeah, absolutely.
And it was a sprint weekend.
And it was
Lando cooked.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
And to be fair, sooner rather the better. You know how some people are like, "Oh, don't bring it that weekend, bring it another." I say the sooner the better.
Just get it on.
Slap it on the car.
Just get it on.
Car. I know they're trying to do it where it's both cars.
Yeah. Facts. Sup, guys? Once again, won't be able to watch live, so I'll just say that I'm pretty happy with Oscar's pace this year. Oscar's doing a cracking job. He's doing a cracking job in the drivers'
very proud of him, man.
You know, you got to understand, drivers' championship right now. He's currently fifth, P5. Lando's P8. You know, like big up to Oscar Piastri. Like he's doing his thing. We're loving him at the moment. Because of Piastri's pace and because of what he's doing and improving, and as well, obviously Lando, top form at the minute. P3 in the constructors, Mahad. You've put this in the title. What is giving you hope that this is on this season? What is giving you
Mercedes are telling me they're doing testing in Australia. They don't know what's wrong with the car.
We can't be here again with Mercedes, surely. Thank God it's not the engine, though.
I've been saying question marks on James Allison for a very long time.
Well, I mean, he came back, right? I swear he was gone.
He came back, so this is his car, man. The man can't tell me about the brother from before. What was his name? I forgot his name. Guy with glasses. I forgot his name. Anyways, you can't tell me about him.
Oh, what's his name?
I don't know. Let's not. Mercedes, they're in a whole heap of trouble. Let's not talk about Mercedes because let's just say, thank God, we're not Mercedes right now in that scenario.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where they don't understand their own car, which is crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've never come out and said we don't understand the car. We understood the car. We just need to sort it out. We know the exact weakness. We've got exact strengths.
Yeah.
How do we get the slow speed cornering of the Mercedes? Because the Mercedes is good in slow speed. How do we get that?
It is good in slow speed.
So we need to figure that out. But I say P3 in the constructors. Yeah, I say it's something to build on. because we're P3 and we're not even good.
Mm.
We're not as good as we thought we was. We're P3.
I'm a P3. Exactly. Still laughing, remembering the people saying we would be beefing with racing bulls. I mean, listen.
We're 21 points behind Ferrari. Yeah, people said we're going to be beefing. Think about the comments that we had pre-season. People said we were bracketed with RB.
Yeah.
V Visa, Carbs, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
And Aston Martin. We are light years ahead of Aston Martin.
Yeah. No, God.
Aston Martin's turned into quality merchants.
Second
the race happens, they go backwards.
Aston Martin. What's going on there?
So I remember Aston Martin held no criticism over the winter.
Bizarrely.
But McLaren did.
Because we will love Fernando, so it is what it is. Drea says my daughter and me will be in Austria this year again, guys. Excellent stuff. We love this track. Our car loves it, and Lando does too. So I hope it will be a special weekend. If you're going to choose
Drea, my dear, you are going to be witnessing a Red Bull loss and a McLaren win.
There Austria, you go.
In person.
At Red Bull's home race.
Yes. I think all this internal beef at Red Bull is gonna climax there.
What a palaver. I mean, I thought that would be done and buried and finished. They've now let go of the woman. They suspended her or something like that. Anyway, long. Nothing else to say on that one. Brian says Aston Martin is not a threat because we have 2 drivers while they have 1. And you see Stroll, he
every language in the world, and he decided to speak facts.
Go on, Ryan. I mean, he's behind Hulkenberg now and Behrman. I swear Behrman's got more points than friggin' Stroll. You know what I mean? Who's Aston Martin? No, for real. Listen. Obviously, we've had like the 2 races back to back. Now we're having had a bit of a chill. We've got Australia, then we're going to have another chill with Japan. I think it's Japan. Well, to be fair, I don't think Japan and China are back to back, are they?
No. All of these are 2 weeks apart. Australia, Japan, China.
Okay, that's
you'll
not
get
too
a little
bad.
break.
That's not too bad.
If you're going to be waking up for 4 a.m.
Oh God, yeah. We got some horrible times, haven't we? I hope you're right, Mahad. Drea says we'll sit at turn 1 and see the finish line. Oh my God, yes. Make sure, mate. Make sure we see that. Bring a banner, whatever you got to bring. We need to see that on our feed of Norris winning that race. And
Norris is cracked around there, man. Do you know why that is? Because he's been playing it on Gran Turismo his whole life.
His whole life. What about Imola? What do we think? I mean, I'm just looking at what's nearer. Imola is nearer. Was it round 7? So Imola's nearer. I mean, Australia, Japan, China, Miami. Is it just Japan and China that we could look hopeful for? Is that
Japan, China, Miami? Just take the day off, lads. Everybody just take the day off. Anybody in this chat, if you think we're going to get a positive result, Miami, you're having a laugh. Absolutely no. That's our bogey track now. It's set in stone.
What about Australia? Nothing for Australia?
I'm not sure about Australia because Australia's got slow speed corners, man. Everybody keeps saying, Australia. I'm sure about that one.
Who's good in slow speed other than the Red Bulls? Who's good?
Mercedes.
Okay.
The Mercedes, but Mercedes, they got this is the streak that I'm looking at right now, I think Imola.
Yeah.
Imola, we're going to do good. Monaco, unknown. Then we've got Canada, Spain, Austria. Yeah? Canada, Spain, Austria, Silverstone. That streak right there, we need 150 points.
We
minimum.
You say 150?
I need 150 points from the lads, minimum. I don't know if that's mathematically possible.
But
I need Canada maximum points in that streak right there.
From Montreal to Silverstone, yeah?
From June 7th to July 7th, that month, we need to be stacking.
That's got to be the best month of our lives. It's got to be the greatest month of all time.
But it really depends on what. So the thing is, the upgrades. People may say McLaren's failing because why didn't these upgrades come at the beginning of the season? Why they only come in 7 races in? I'd rather them do things properly than rush an upgrade and it don't work.
And it don't work. I mean, look at
the way every upgrade's happened so far. It's they're meticulously double checking, triple checking, 100% checking that this upgrade's going to work and it's going to bring X amount of time.
Exactly.
I'd rather them do that. I'd rather them do chunks.
Yeah. And look at our age mates. When they do an upgrade, what happens? Some of them don't know what they've upgraded. They've just copied somebody, not knowing what they're actually doing, and then flopped. You know what I'm saying? Where's Alpine right now? Where's Aston Martin? You know what I mean? We're not really saying much. Mercedes.
I don't want to hear McLaren bringing an upgrade and it holds no value. When McLaren do bring a major upgrade, it holds value because I want to see half second.
No, exactly.
4 attempts.
Yeah, no. No.
So I'm patient. I'd rather take my time with it because at the end of the day, what are people rushing for? P2 and the constructors is not gone. We're not going to be winning the constructors. People need to chill out.
Yeah,
I think people had that intention. A lot of people at me on the McLaren fan account, saying, we should be, we should have had these upgrades at the beginning of the season. We're failing at the moment. We're not doing well. Blah 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 blah. I'm like, what kind of warped mentality do you have? Where was we last year?
Yeah,
this time last year. When has anybody in the organization said we're going to be challenging for our title, constructors, in 2024? No. Nobody. So where is this warped mentality that, we finished good last year, therefore that means we're gonna be in a title challenge this year? Nobody said that.
No.
Some people have to temper expectations. We just have to be competitive. There is no way we're not competitive. We got 2 double point finishes in the first 2 races. It's unheard of.
It's incredible stuff. It's incredible stuff. Maybe they don't understand. Maybe that's what it is. I look at Australia here. The same Bahrain pace. We were decent last year in Australia, even with the boat. Like Lando was actually.
We were lucky, man. That was chaos.
For the crash fest, and then Drea saying the same thing. Wasn't really bad for us the last few years, to be fair. So should at least be in the fight for the 3rd fastest car, maybe close to Ferrari. This is the race last year that Carlos Sainz got absolutely done, didn't he?
Oh, he lost. What was it? P4 in the constructors because of that.
Yeah,
in the drivers' standings.
In the standings, yeah.
Sainz got shagged twice. He got Las Vegas, where he slapped it milliseconds behind Leclerc, and then had to take a penalty because of a drain. And then that penalty, the worst penalty I've ever seen, one of the worst penalties, that Australia penalty, that took him straight out of points when he was on for a podium. That's insane.
Should have done, No,
he should have clearly finished P4 in the standings.
Yeah, it's a scandal. He got done. He got dealt with dirty because half the rules didn't apply on the restart. Yet some did. Still got the penalties for it. Bonzo Can says there has to be a clear steps to getting our car as fast as possible before the end of 2024. Brighter days ahead in 2020.
If we were where we are now in 2025, I would understand the sentiment of being disappointed. Because 2025, that's when we're supposed to be challenging. As documented, as said. Well, we're not there yet. We need to learn how to fight first, man.
Exactly. We've never even been.
It happens in football as well. Look, when you'll be doing well in the Premier League, and then when you get to Champions League, the lights are too bright.
Yeah. Well, this is it. Yeah.
We need to train up. We can't talking about title fight. We'll get smoked by Red Bull. Even if we
barely just got here. Do you know what I mean? We barely just got here, so we don't need to. Yeah, we don't need to get ahead of ourselves. There is a process here. There is a journey. That's for damn sure.
So we just need to get everything right.
I'll take this. I'll take this right here from Amon. I'd say if we're the 3rd best, I'll take that now. I'll take that now. Yeah.
Yeah. If we get top 5 finish, I'm there.
Reincarnation also says, I know we're having a great start. I want a win this season.
That can still happen.
That win's coming. We've already said it. There's a win here this season. Simple as. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
There's a win.
Is that Red Bull won every race bar won last year?
Yeah.
What's the odds that happens 2 years in a row? I've watched Red Bull. I've watched Formula 1 for a very long time. Decades. Your car has to pack it in one day. Bad luck has to happen one day. Rain's gonna fall from the sky. Something's gonna happen that's not gonna let you win. It's gonna be out of your hands.
I don't know. The thing is, do I trust? The thing is, Red Bull has got such a reliable car, man. I don't know, like what.
It's not about reliability. I just need someone to judge the corner wrong in turn one and Clark Verstappen. That's all I need.
You gotta be next to him to do that. That's the only problem.
I need somebody to hit a car that was trying to overtake Verstappen, and then that car hits Verstappen. It doesn't need to be a direct hit. It needs to be like a hit from behind.
That's just a ricochet. Yeah, you just happen to be there.
Something's got to give. I've watched Formula One for too long. You can't win every single race. There's 24 races. So there's going to be an opportunity where you're going to win a race, even if it's 1 or 2. I'm not saying that they're not going to win a load of races. If there's 1 or 2 opportunities this season, we have to be there.
It's I don't know. It's an absolute. You gotta.
Max Verstappen's driving in Suzuka, and Lando Norris or Oscar Piastri is second, and a cherry blossom gets into Max Verstappen's helmet, and he bins it. I need that. Yeah.
No,
that's not under anybody's control.
Agreed. No, agreed. It's a howler.
We ain't winning on pure pace.
We've got to.
I've seen that RB20. It looks scary.
It is. It is scary, man. It is scary. Let's see. You never know. Henry says 2025 has been the target for years. I can't understand why some fans think we were meant to be challenging so soon. It's not like we were even Alpine claiming we will be challenging after X amount of races. 100 to be precise. They said a number. No, exactly.
So we need to curb the expectations here, man. Imagine we're arguing about finishing P4 in Saudi,
You know?
Like we were in the mud.
Like we weren't in the mud beforehand. Red Bull needs to be pressured. That's when mistakes happen. Yeah, we've got to get it. We need something to happen. You know what I mean? We need to have something needs to happen.
I see this question here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know who's going to do this for me? Senor Sainz.
You reckon? Yeah. He's got nothing to lose.
I've seen him nearly put Verstappen in the wall bare times. He's going to do it. If he out-qualifies Leclerc even once and he's on the front row, he's going to try to put him in the wall. He's got nothing to lose.
No, hey, Carlos Sainz, man. Do it for the McLaren, man. Do you know what I'm saying? He knows, like, if I do something here and I put him in the wall, we're eating. We've got to eat.
To wall with him. Remember this, was it the Silverstone start?
Yeah.
I was like, what is going on here?
Listen, Sainz
2022, you nearly put him in the wall. Chat to Michael Schumacher. I said, what's going on?
You had to get Aggie for that win, boy. You had to get Aggie for the.
Michael Schumacher, Barrichello. That's what he tried to do to him. That was nasty.
It's exactly what he tried to do.
And he was very aggressive in Monza last year.
Monza. Yeah, he was. No, he was.
And he held it up.
Listen,
Carlos and even Verstappen was saying naughty. He was even mad.
He holds his own.
He's a much more dirty and aggressive driver than Leclerc. Leclerc will go tango with Verstappen. I mean, back and forth. Sainz is like, you know what? This is mine.
He owes us for Singapore. Yeah, man. We were part of that whole situation there, man. Flipping out.
Got him a win for that.
Got him a win. Sainz Silverstone is one of the worst poles to win conversions.
That was nasty because he was slower than Leclerc with no win. Leclerc didn't have a front wing.
His peak. There's still a possibility Red Bull might explode from inside. Yep, that can impact them somewhere. Max is a beast, but it can't go everything right every time. Absolutely. Question is if we'll be the ones behind.
And that's why it's so important. That's why it's so important to be the second fastest team.
And to get these
right now in the last race, if something happened to Verstappen or Perez, Leclerc wins the race. Guess why? Because Ferrari is the second fastest team. We need to be there. We need to be P3 every race.
No, we do. We need to be.
It's worrying though because nobody's even catching Perez. So how good is that car?
Mm.
Max might be driving at 50% capacity.
We've got to wait and see, man. We've got to wait and see. And Norris has had one of the best poles to not win conversions.
Norris's pole, yeah. And then dunking 30 seconds on Sainz's head after Sainz was in P2 in Russia.
Yeah.
One of the greatest drives that never got a win. Because of rain.
It is.
That's the global warming, man. They cooked us.
It is one of the greatest drives. There's no doubt about it. But
why did he that race? Why was he off like that? He was gone.
He was gone.
After that battle with Sainz, he was gone. He left everybody. Please look at the timing.
Yeah.
Please look at the timesheet. But we won't speak about that.
We can't talk about that. Australia's next week.
Yeah.
What's your prediction for what's your prediction ahead of that race weekend in quali as well as in the race?
Can you do it first? I just need to check something before I give my prediction.
Okay. Because Australia wasn't too bad last year. I mean, it was bad, but it wasn't as bad as what it could have been and what it should have been. I've got a good feeling about Oscar in his home race with a car that, better than what he had last year. Both cars to get into Q3, right? I think that's safe to say. If we don't get into Q3, one of those cars, no doubt it will be some unluck or whatever, right? No doubt it will be that. But I think we would have to ask some serious questions. So, yeah, both cars in Q3. I'm going to go with exactly as Saudi was. I think we'll be on the third row of the grid come the start of the race and probably finish as a P4 in there somewhere and a P7. P4, P7 for the boys. 3 double points finishes after the Australian Grand Prix. What do you think?
I'm gonna go a little bit of a punt. I'm gonna say quali, both cars in the top 5.
Top 5. Oh yeah. Wow. Okay.
And then in the race, I'm going P3, P4. Because it's raining, guys.
Is that right?
I'll just check the weather. It might be raining. Saturday, definitely raining.
What, next weekend? You got next Saturday's weather?
Yeah, BBC, man. Shout out to BBC. I don't know if it's accurate, but Melbourne, rain showers, 23rd, Saturday.
Oh.
Light rain showers, Sunday.
I love that. Why are we good in the wet, just out of curiosity, in terms of the way the car is?
I have no idea.
Because we're bad on slow speed
Stella, would you like to come on the show and tell us?
You know what I'm saying? Because we're bad on slow speed corners. So what's it like when the whole car is being dragged across the circuit?
I think Lando especially is good in the wet, just driving in the wet.
Just really good, isn't he? Bonzo Can says we'll be tight group with Merck and Alonso in Australia. Rain would give us much better chance. In the dry, he's going for P6, P8, but in the wet, we're going to go for P3, P5. Lando Norris, P2, Piastri, P6 in quali, and then P3 for Lando, podium, and P7. Are we getting our first podium next weekend? Is that what we're telling? Is that what you are saying?
Yes.
Oh my God. Are we getting our first podium?
And then my reserved one is we're getting top 5. If we can get top 5 in Jeddah, we'll get top 5 in Australia. Come on, guys. Let's be serious.
Oh my God. Lando is literally good around Albert Park. To be fair, qualified 8th. I think Lando P3, Piastri P5. I'm not going to trust the forecast so far.
Yeah, I don't trust forecasts, but you know what? Copium.
Yeah.
It's raining throughout the week. I'm just looking at it now. So if it's raining on Tuesday and Wednesday,
then we can have a conversation, isn't it? Quali P5, P7, race P4, P6. That's the first one outside of the podium.
Boo.
Boo. So get yourself this, I feel like if Norris qualifies behind the Ferrari, it's not happening, which is why I think he needs to qualify.
Ferrari's entered into blow up.
Yeah, that's it.
Terrible strategy.
I need that science. I need that science and Leclerc, collision into turn 1.
We're getting that year, this year. 100%.
So getting it this year.
We're getting our Brazil Vettel Leclerc moment. We're getting it.
What about he hits Hamilton? We'll take that. We'll take that. We'll take that. Yeah.
No disrespect to Mercedes. I just don't think you lot are going to be near Ferrari to be crashing into.
Oh, fair enough, man. Fair enough. Yeah, oh God, if we got our first podium, guys, I'll be over the moon. Oh my God, I'll be happy with that. Ferrari going to cook in Australia, just not in the way they want. Oh, I like what you're saying there, Henry. Are we talking about another barbecue for them? Yeah, is that what we're saying? Yeah, it should be a very interesting one, I guess. Next weekend, it feels like forever now that race has come in, and it feels like obviously Saudi felt like ages away. And then, I don't know, full disrespect to Murky, I think you mean. That's a no disrespect. No,
like I said, guys, I swear to you, if we beat Mercedes in the constructors, we've had a good season, guys.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Science to beat shit again?
No, science to cook. I want science to do well.
We need science to cook. We do need science to cook. Any last thing I had before we leave? What any lasting comments that you...
Things are looking good, man. I'm not negative, man.
Mm.
I know it feels like the world's ending whenever a race is on, but that's understandable.
It's the emotion.
Passionate McLaren fans, you want to see your team do well in the scenarios, but upgrades are coming, lads.
They are coming.
We're gonna get that win, and then we're gonna collect some podiums.
This is it. No, they're coming. They're coming. They're for sure. They'll be there. When was it the last time it fell in Australia? When rain fell? When did it rain in Australia?
Last year when was last year the first time we returned? On my bucket. No, we came before that. Leclerc won by 3 million seconds in 2022.
Yes, he did, didn't he? I don't know why I always feel like I miss Australia.
I feel like when I was younger, Australia rains. Why am I crazy? I just remember.
No, not crazy. But then sometimes, do you remember when Australia moved to like the end of the season? And I wonder if it moved to the end of the season because it rained so much at the start of the season, and they just moved.
But it's autumn now, isn't it? It's autumn in Australia.
Is it their autumn, or is it not their?
No, summer's December.
But yeah. You're right. It's their autumn now. So you never know. Their version of April showers, but in March. We'll see. Ryan says, "Is Science gonna race in Australia? Fan of him since McLaren days. Brazil 2019 was a big turning point for McLaren goals.
He's part of the McLaren history.
He's part of the family. Do you think he'll race at Australia? I think he's almost definitely going to race at Australia.
Well, they've got Behrman there because F2's racing in Australia, so he's there.
Is he there? Okay.
If the Sainz is not fit, but Sainz went to the paddock on the Sunday of the race. That was a sign to the team, like, put me in the bloody car for the next race. He didn't want to go out the hospital. He did. His dad told him, "Look, you got to go outside," and told these men that you're ready.
Science Senior was there, like with Berman's dad, thinking, "Yo, these men better not get any ideas." Like
he was. Did you see Science? He was zonked out of his mind. Whatever painkillers they gave him, he was dilated. He was gone. He shouldn't have been in that paddock.
He was gone. 2014 quali was wet.
Ooh,
I'm looking forward to Japan and Imola. Yeah, definitely. Good. Do so. Yeah, I'm positive too, says Drea. It's just about expectations. Some people got carried away. Just be realistic and it will be all right. The whole team seems very positive too. We spoke about the body language. Pay attention to what's going on with the team.
Pay attention. Everything's okay. Everything is okay. We gained time over the winter. The car is good. We're stronger than where we were before.
Yeah.
If we were strong in high-speed corners last year, we're stronger in those areas. Just remember that.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. I think on that note, people, I think we're going to bring it to a close right here. Australia, we look forward to it. We'll see what happens. First podium for McLaren boys, yeah? For the McLaren in Australia. We'll see you the Tuesday after the Australian Grand Prix, which will take place on the 19th. Tuesday the 19th of March.
No, Tuesday the 26th.
Wait, it's not this weekend, isn't it? It's the weekend after. What's the matter with me? Yeah, it's the weekend after. Yes.
Tuesday the 26th, we'll be back.
Do you know what? My brain is so frazzled right now because Arsenal women's playing and they're getting pumped by Chelsea. And also, the kit man forgot to bring the socks. So they're having to wear Chelsea socks and get pumped at Stamford Bridge. This is not good. This is not a good day.
All right. I'm going to leave you. We're going to leave you on that.
On that note, as Who Wants to Groove says, peace. You guys will see you later. Peace.